Forest Green fans sat in the stand. They've got an open terrace on the far side with a few seats as well, temporarily put in. They were, of course, in the National League, were Oxford City last season. So have to do a few requirements to be in their ground for that. A lot of Forest Green fans away to our left-hand side, just outside the bar, standing behind the goal. It's unsegregated, as we said, so they do have the opportunity to move at half-time and stand behind the goal your team is shooting towards. The referee just calls the captains over. We tease you saying it was Charlie McCann being captain today. On the team sheet, it has a little C next to his name. However, Big Ben Tozer strolls over and shakes hands with the referee today, who's Greg Rollison. And Charlie McCann has teased by saying that he's going to captain today. Really warm welcome to, and good to see him back in the start 11 for Forest Green after his illness. And Forest Green will be welcome to see him as well on Tuesday night, of course, when Forest Green do travel to Dagenham Redbridge, which I'm sure Steve will in the back of his mind think about that with it today. Don't want to cause too many people to exert too much exercise. And the music eventually stops, Ruben Cowley, and we can have a little relax before the game starts.
Yeah, it's finally stopped. It feels like kicking out time at Capone's. Onto
the lights are on, off you go.
Yeah, exactly, but we are indeed ready for kick-off in the FA Trophy 5th round. It will be Oxford City who get us started at any moment now as the referee just raises his hands to make sure everything is in order. The keepers put their arms up as well. He's just adjusting his headset. It's not ready to go quite yet.
It's good game. Well past 3 o'clock. Now eventually we kick off here in Oxford. Oxford City shooting from left to right where we're sat. Innes wins himself a foul, and not too many people foul Innes, and the Oxford City player rightly shrugged his shoulders down, saying, "What? You think he nudged into Ryan Innes?" And I've seen certainly a lot of those not given in Forest Green's league games. As May looks to go on the right-hand side, sees Knowles onside, it drives on forward, could be an early goal for Forest Green. Knowles is going about to cut it back, can he find anyone? Stays on the ball, trying to get a shot towards Deutsch on the near post, and Forest win themselves a corner, but 30 seconds gone, and Forest Green went route one and found Knowles.
Yeah, it came straight from the distribution of Jed Ward, rolled it out to Adam May, then looked up, clipped a diagonal ball straight into the path of Knowles, who controlled it beautifully, stopped it on the byline, then tried to play it across the near post, but the big goalkeeper Kai Mackenzie-Lyle, 6'6", got down smartly to put it out for a corner.
Forest Green's first corner inside the first minute. May to take it, McCann's an option near him, and he plays it into the penalty area, looking for Innes, who wins the big header. It goes really wide of goal. I imagine trying to look for someone more than shoot. Oxford tried to break and play the ball upfield, but Robson calmly plays it back to Ward, who sits on the ball, allows his players to go back into position. Innes trotting back there after winning that header. Yeah, it's an interesting one. They do like to try and find Brian Innes when he set pieces, and he might find someone with a second ball, but there was no one there for that.
No, but winning the initial header was good. They were just waiting for someone to get on the end of it, but he's a smart option to look for. He can use his height and his power. He's good at heading the football as a defender, just looking for any attacking options.
Robson heads it back to McCann on the halfway line, sits on the ball, plays it over the top looking for Doyle, who's offside, who had a shot and it goes wide anyway. The referee let that one go, went over the top whether to find McCormick or Doyle. I imagine maybe McCormick was onside, Doyle was off.
Yeah, I also don't know if there's a bit of lack of communication between Doyle and McCormick. They both seem to go for the same ball. It looked a little bit untidy as Doyle brought it down on his chest, but offside, so nothing really doing there for Forest Green. But the keeper for Oxford City is huge, isn't he? Just the size of him.
Mackenzie-Lyle, yeah, he takes that free kick and launches it upfield. Again, Ryan Innes gets in a bit of a battle there, and Forest Green come away with it. Oxford mop up and play it back to Mackenzie-Lyle, goalkeeper, in a high-vis yellow kit. Forest Green in their home kit of the green and black zebra stripes. Oxford in their home kit as they put another ball over the top. This time Testicos Davies playing in that right back role today, and he decides to hoof the ball out for a throw-in under a bit of pressure from Josh Parker. I'll take the throw-in quickly, find Parker. Looking to play it on the right-hand side to Drew, who's made a decent run. They're sitting with it on the halfway line with Burley. Doyle's turning the press on, and Oxford calmly play it back to the keeper. And Quiet start here now in terms of atmosphere, because we're saying they were really cranking up the volume with a huge header that run from Ryan Ennis. Finds Doige, but he can't find him with the second ball. McCann has a bit of a slip. When you talk about the pitch, 3G pitch here today, and it looks pretty good out there. They're really strict who's not allowed on it. So much so that they didn't even allow Forest Green to have the stroll out after coming off the coach because they didn't have the right footwear on. And it looks quite good.
It does. I think it's really impressive. It's a really nice surface. It's not too full of the rubber crumb. It's evenly spaced.
Wants to go over the top again for Andrews, but Innes deals well. Finally back to Osadebe, who plays it back to Wards as the safety option. Taps it to Ryan Ennis, to Tozer. Tozer and Ennis, the only real options for Cottrell today. More Taylor out injured, Harry's cut-tied. Bunker, defensive option on the bench. And apart from that, you're running out of centre-backs. Tozer finds McCann in his own half, who calmly plays it to May. They're busy up front for Forest Green, playing it, looking for Garrick, who can't win the first ball. Second ball won by Oxford, who dribbles out from their own half, goes past Wanda Scott, and Robson puts an important challenge in to win it back for Forest Green. Gets the ball back from McCann, who plays it back to Tozer. Forest Green being quite patient now. They do seem to want to go across the channels. They've got the Doige, Garrick and Knowles being on the shoulder of the last man.
They've looked bright, I think, Forest Green. Definitely hungry in this game. They just look sharp as well, reactive to everything, and just they want to go forward, don't they?
Knowles himself a free kick of handball, so he's trying to drive the ball forward. Midway in the Oxford City half, Ennis and Tozer trot up. They're going to be going into the box on this free kick. May and McCormick over the ball. You imagine it's going to be placed towards Ryan Ennis, but they take it short. Osadebe on the right hand side plays it across the floor, catches everyone off guard, but Knowles gets the ball back just outside the penalty area. Back to May, to Knowles, puts another ball into the box, can't find a Forest Green player. McCormick mops up, plays it back to Tozer, who's in his unnatural position as Ryan Ennis. They're both on the left wing, coming back from that set piece. Forest Green still with possession, going back to their normal formation and shape. McCann can't be found with that ball forward, and it's Oxford trying to muscle it out for a goal kick, but McCann keeps his work rate high and forces Oxford to play the ball in open play. Another long ball over the top, which Innes heads forward. McCormick wins the first header, finds McCann, plays the boot on it to Robson. Got a bit of space on the left hand side. But places McCann's slow play down. 6 minutes gone, still goalless. Looking for Knowles on the right, who he manages to get past his man. I think he's expecting the Oxford player to miss that, and he couldn't get a decent first touch on the ball. Oxford go long, but Forest Green play it back to Ward.
He's the second player to slip for Forest Green on this surface. I'm just wondering if it's a bit greasy from any watering that they've done beforehand, but when we arrived they certainly hadn't had any sprinklers out on it.
Garrick on the left hand side. Boston's creating an overlap. McCann's behind him. He does find McCann, looks for options, thinks about shooting, plays it wide to Knowles, who heads the ball back into play, but he was offside and by a few yards, and the assistant waves his flag. And Forest Green do seem to be doing is just crossfield balls over the top. When you've got the like of Garrick and Knowles, what I do not on the wings.
Yeah, they're just finding that extra yard of space which enables them to go down those channels, and they certainly look dangerous and lively in the opening 8 minutes of this game. Just wondering if Oxford City just need to settle down, get the ball under their feet and settle into a rhythm, because it's been all Forest Green so far.
Innes plays it off the line. Knowles tries to keep it on, he can't. There's a few early goals in the Premier League. There's a lot of early goals in the early kick-off.
Yeah, the early kick-off. Nottingham Forest beat Brighton 7-0. Chris Wood with a hat-trick in that game. And Everton are 2-0 up against Leicester. Every other game that's kicked off so far in the Premier League is 0-0.
As Ward clutches the area ball, the edge of his penalty area. We'll keep an eye across all National League scores. Of course, it did finish Cheltenham 1, Chesterfield 0 with the 2-point goal in injury time for Cheltenham. And May plays it to, and it's only the one goal from the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the National League. Of course, not a full fixture list. Teams like Forest Green in the National League, in the FA Trophy.
Yeah, Wealdstone are 1-0 up against Solihull. Every other game in the National League, as you say, Billy, 0-0 for now.
Including that between York and Dagenham and Redbridge. Keep more than half an eye on that one. Forest Green, of course, travelling to Dagenham and Redbridge on Tuesday. Tozer finds Garrick on the left-hand side. Turns, passes McCann as McCann draws the man in. Force play back to Tozer, who taps it to May. Then we've got 2 feet in front of him. May finds McCann. Always an option, McCann. Busy off the ball. Innes clips it forward, looking for Doige. Gets a shove on the back, right in front of the referee. And a few Forest Green fans around us. Why don't you ask the question there? I think you look at that compared to the free kick that Forest Green won from Parker and Innes in the first 10 seconds. There's certainly a shout.
Yeah, there wasn't much reaction though, was there, from the Forest Green player, so I'm just wondering if he knew that he probably wouldn't get the decision anyway.
McCann wins the ball back and wins himself a free kick, and I know that it's only 9 minutes on and all eyes on him, but it's a welcome return, Charlie McCann.
Absolutely, he looked really bright on the ball, just taking one touch out of his feet and then clipping it. He's really decisive with his actions, and that's something I think Forest Green have missed. They've maybe been a little bit too pragmatic in the centre of the field, but with McCann you've got that creativity and the sense of going forward and creating something at any opportunity.
Free kick for Forest Green, on 15 yards or so inside the Oxford half. They're lining up for a long one with Tozer and Innes again trotted up. They play it short. May with McCormick. May might put the ball in second play. He does just that. Keeper thinks about coming. He does. Punches it. Tozer tries to win the head on the D at the edge of the penalty area. But Oxford come away with it. And half chance to break a park and get the ball forward. And they're doing well now, Oxford. Looking for Potter. But Robson just gets enough pace on it to get there first and play it back to Jed Ward. Forest looking relatively comfortable at the moment. Still goalless here on Booths Radio Gloucestershire. 10 minutes gone. Forest Green trying to Oxford City in the FA Trophy. McCormick on the halfway line. Plays it to Oscar Davey on the right. Plays back to May. 3 or 4 men on the shoulder of the last man. Mobson created an option then, but trotted back, and it goes back to May. He plays it over the top looking for Knowles. Overhit. Knowles gives the thumbs up in the applause, but balls into the hand of the Oxford keeper.
Well, there's been an early goal elsewhere in the FA Trophy 5th round. Rochdale have taken the lead against Worthing. All other games in the competition are currently 0-0 for now.
Kenzie Lyle with the ball in his hands. Lays it forward. Tozer calls for it. Can't win it. Lets the ball bounce, and May and Innes have a bit of lack of communication, but Innes as well to command the ball and play it forward. Looking for Garrick, and Oxford forced to clear quickly as Garrick was pushing on forward. It's cleaned up through Drew. He can't find Potter in front of him, and Forest Green again with Tozer calmly mop up. Finds McCann, who plays it back to Tozer. Just trying to draw a few players in. Tozer playing to Oscar Davey on the right hand side, right in front of Steve Cottrell there, in the edge of his technical area. They're really well spaced out, the 2 technical areas here, as the offside flag goes up against McCormick. They're good, 30-40 yards between the Oxford City bench and the Forest Green bench.
Yeah, it's quite widely spaced out, isn't it? It reminds me of the Solihull Stadium, where the technical areas were so far apart.
You've got Harry Warner, the 4th official, looking a bit lonely there. He's so... Both dugouts are so far away from him, it's hard to have a go at him, really.
I suppose that's a win for him then, isn't it? He must feel quite nice and comfortable.
Yeah, we've got Steve Cottrell in your ear. Well, no, saying that, you know, allow Steve Cottrell in. We've got the side of the pitch and still hear his opinions. Not the best defending that from Forest. They don't want to clear up second time. They allowed the ball to bounce, and it found Corey Andrews in the penalty area from that free kick for the offside. Just no player went for the first ball. They're mopping up now, they're doing well as Tozer looks to drive on forward. He's got Garrick in front of him and McCann. He strolls about 30 yards, does Tozer. Finds Robson on the left. Back to McCann. Clipped it forward, looking for Robson. Trying to thread the needle there to Charlie McCann. It goes off for a throw, but right idea.
When McCann gets the ball, it's so natural. He takes the one touch and then immediately offloads it. He doesn't wait for the opportunity to disappear. He creates it. He saw Robson on the overlap. Played a beautiful ball through, just too much on it, and Robson wasn't able to get on the end of it, but that has definitely been something that Forest Green have missed.
Throw up the line. May wins the ball, plays it forward to looking for Doige. Wins that on the 50-50. Ball goes off another throw, right in front of us here, on the halfway line here at the more charging stadium.
Well, the runoff area is quite wide, isn't it? So it lends itself to a Tozer set piece. He's got so much space to actually manoeuvre.
Innes retrieves the throw from Tozer on the halfway line. Only a short one that time. As Knowles plays it forward. Also Davies onside this time. Heads the bouncing ball back to McCormick, who drives on forward into the penalty area, gets a little tap, and I think he was expecting the referee to blow up then. He just stopped his run and expecting to hear the whistle, but got frustrated that he didn't. Let's play to the whistle, be the lesson there for the young Luke McCormick. Knowles, Stu Robson on the left-hand side, intercepted by Oxford, got a chance to go on forward. McCann's tracking back quickly because Drew's looking to play the ball forward. To Scott, edge of the area. Forrest Green switched off here. Chance looked onto a Scott, and Robson came storming in and just nipped the ball off at the last minute. Parker with the shot, and Ward with a save. And it goes off on Oxford corner. Forrest Green did well to react to the break. Oxford were disappointed not to get more from it, but it was the best chance of the game for them.
Yeah, and it came from a ball being a bit too short right in front of us, where they were able to break down the right flank. They worked it into the penalty area quite nicely, and then the ball ricocheted off a Forest Green player and just kind of span very kindly into the path of the Oxford City winger, who was able to then take a shot at the near post of Jeb Ward, who managed to tip it onto the side netting. But now the home side have a brilliant opportunity from a corner.
First corner of the game for Oxford City. Congested in the 6-yard box, exactly where the ball's played. First header's won by Oxford. They score! The home team scores with Josh Parker. Peels away from his man, 6 yards out. Free header, places it really well into the side netting. And Forest Green playing by goal to nil.
Well, I said it was going to be a really good opportunity for them to score from the corner, and they've done just that. And as I say, it came really from the short pass on this near side right in front of us. It's a really well won header, just kind of beat everybody. Jeb Ward could only really turn and watch it roll into the bottom corner, but that has now picked up the atmosphere from the home fans, and Forest Green have work to do.
Fair play to Oxford City. There's the first corner scoring from it. Good chance on the break as well leading up to it. The journeyman of Josh Parker scoring. Played at Queen's Park Rangers, Red Star Belgrade, Wickham Wanderers, Gillingham, now ending up at Oxford City. And a clean finish as well. Good header to not only beat his man, but placed it really well.
Yeah, it was almost uncontested, wasn't it?
Garrett turns past his man. Forest Green a bit looking to respond quickly after bringing a goal to nil down. Robson to McCann, spreads it to Osadavy on the right hand side, finds Innes on the halfway line. Interesting how this game could turn now, whether Oxford City are happy with their advantage and try and frustrate Forest Green, or they keep going. To be fair, they would hardly push them too many men forward earlier. As I said, it came from the interception, the break, and winning the corner, which they subsequently scored from. As McCann looks for May. Sees also maybe making a run. Can he find him? He can. On the right hand side. Taps it to Knowles. First time ball across goal. Looking for Doige. It's intercepted and Oxford clear. May picks up the loose ball. McCormick, edge of the area. Calls him to shoot. He taps it to McCann. Looks for Garrick, who runs himself into a bit of traffic, and Oxford clear up the line. As Tozer calmly heads it to Innes on his right. Forest Green looking comfortable on the ball today. But they are goal to nil down. 17 minutes gone. Here at Oxford City on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. McCann on the left. Taps to Tozer. I think Forest Green's style of play is going to change. Garrett gets a little nudge on the back. Referee weighs advantage. I'm sure Forest would rather the free kick, because they have the ball on the halfway line when the free kick could have been midway in the Oxford half. They've still got possession. McCann taps to Doige, to Tozer, midway in the Oxford half. Robson to Garrick, goes past his man, tries to find the two Doige, but again blocked by Oxford City. And Forest Green give away a free kick then. Robson did something wrong.
Another goal to tell you about in the National League. Halifax are 1-0 up against Ebbsfleet, scored in the 12th minute by Thomas. Elsewhere, it is all 0-0, apart from the Wealdstone game against Solihull, which we said was 1-0 earlier, and it still remains that case. and in the FA Trophy 5th round, obviously Forest Green Rovers 1-0 down, and Rochdale are still 1-0 up against Worthing. No other goals in that competition yet.
Free kick for Oxford City, keeper to take, midway in the Oxford half. Plays it forward, looking to find a player in the white and blue of Oxford. Oxford win the second ball, and Tozer manages to clear the ball that's played into the box. Garrett looking to break, he goes past 2, gets taken down the halfway line. Could be an early yellow card there. He's looking to break, and Burley gets the yellow because Garrett's some great footwork. Saw a bit of space, went past one, couldn't get past Burley as his hat's down. Yeah,
it was the pace that he was going past his man at, and kind of thought, well, I'm going to have to stand in front and bring him down, otherwise he had so much grass, well, AstroTurf to run into, didn't he, Garrick?
Was going to play the free kick short. Tozer to McCann, goes back to McCann, finds Robson. McCann back to Innes. Plays it across to Osadebe on the right. Pitch is playing really true. I think it helps Forest Green with their confident play on the ball. They are training by a goal to nil, but they're looking comfortable with it. Look at Altrincham last week where they really struggled with the bobbly pitch. They play it over the top there. It's poor from Forest Green, goes straight into the hands of Mackenzie Lyle. And surprise, there's not the biggest of atmosphere here around, because it's a big game for Oxford City. Forest Green fans are kind of scattered around. I know in the back of the main stand here. But a bit of a gentle start atmosphere-wise. But the home side are leading by a goal to nil. Forest Green trailing. Guy again with himself a free kick. Getting frustrated there. I don't think it wasn't a yellow card worthy, but it feels like he keeps getting fouled. Robson's making a run on the left-hand side, not seen by Innes, as he plays it short to Tozer instead. May crosses the halfway line. Garrett makes a run in front of him, as does Deutsch, and McCann plays it on the floor, looking for Deutsch again, overhit, and goes in the hands of the keeper. But it's a bit more comfortable, and they're just playing more Route 1 stuff at times.
Yeah, it's almost been since that goal for Oxford went in, Forest Green have just been a little bit wayward with their possession.
Parker doing well to win that 50-50 against Ryan Innes. Not too many people do that, and Oxford have the ball on the halfway line and forced back. Parker being involved with everything going forward. Forest Green do manage to win the ball back through Knowles, who goes past one, looking to float to Osadebe, again wins himself a free kick through Forest Green. A few bitty little fouls this from Oxford, trying to disrupt the away side.
Well, I think maybe that's what they've got to do. They've done the first part of their job brilliantly, which is get an early goal. I think they've probably expected that they wouldn't have as much possession in this game as Forest Green, so they'll sit back, but when they do have the ball, they certainly look like they have every idea and kind of confidence in going forward and doing something with it.
Robson on the halfway line. Cinderford 1, Shaftesbury 0 back in Gloucestershire. As McCann again has the ball on the halfway line, looking for options. For it's back to May. Tastos Osadebe. Gort's making a run in front of him. Plays it back to May. Spreads it to Tozer. Forest Green are quite deep into the Oxford half. Oxford are sitting relatively deep at the moment, but it's working in terms of not allowing Forest Green to go anywhere. Robson wins himself a free kick. Tozer looks to take it quickly, does so, taps it to McCann. Deutsch hunting the ball play quickly in front, but Forest can go back to May. Tosser Davey on the right hand side, got space, options in the penalty area, stops his run though, finds McCann, leaves it for Tozer on the left, to Robson, to McCann, to Tozer, Garrick on the left hand side, Robson's in front of him, places it back to Innes. Also doing a good job at the moment, they're not giving Forest Green anywhere to go.
No, they're keeping their shape really well at the moment, and then they're triggering the press on their own when they have to, just like they have there, and they've won the ball back.
And Osadebe got the ball nipped off him, put half a challenge in just to disrupt them a bit, and they're forcing it back to the keeper Oxford, and Garrett charging him down, but he manages to play it quickly out to the Oxford right. Robson with the header forward, finds McCann, who controls it beautifully. and plays it back to May, who turns fastest man, creates a bit of space. Doidge making a run in front of him, spreads it to the right hand side where Knowles has popped up. He's on the edge of the penalty area, goes past one, can't go past the second though, and Oxford clear up the line. Robson forced to go, big run back to just stop Oxford coming away with that. Corey Andrews had it.
He had to travel a fair distance, Corey Andrews, to get that, and he's still managing to get on the ball in front of his opposite number.
23 minutes gone, just over the midway point in the first half. Oxford City leading by a goal to nil. Looking to try and go forward to the other home team with Coyle down the Oxford left, Forest Green right back. Also Davey today, he's doing a decent job there, and you're seeing him probably making a few more advanced runs than he would do when Sean Long's in that role. I guess he's got a bit more freedom to do that, the way that Oxford are lining up at the moment. May in the middle of his own half finds McCormick. He's getting shouted instructions from Steve Cotcher on the far right hand side. On the side of the pitch where Weir stood. Innes taps it to McCann. It's patient by Forest Green, and McCann finds Garrick to Robson, back to McCann. He's got space to drive on forward, and for a little 1-2 with May. May holds on to the ball though and places to the right of Knowles. He looks to get a shot away. That's also David. A powerful shot goes over the bar. One of Forest's best chances of the game, but remains 1-0 to Oxford City. Really
well worked from Forest Green. May receives the ball in the centre of the Oxford City half, then spreads it out to Knowles, who just controls it first time, waits for the overlap of Osadebe. He then lays it off to him towards the byline and unleashes a right-footed strike towards goal, but it's off target, but it's definitely Forest Green's best move so far.
Yeah, Forest Green, they're patient on the ball, aren't they? You can certainly see they've got something there.
Well, they've been patient all season, and I think just the involvement of Charlie McCann just gives him that extra bit of dynamism.
In the Premiership Cup, it's Hartby 7x to 19. Competition, I know that Exeter are really going for. May finds McCormick on the halfway line. McCann makes an option for him. Forward to Garrett. He's got 2 men on him. Can he go past Burley, who's on a yellow? He can. He needs support from Drew, but still with Garrick. Back to Robson, to McCann. Looking to get himself potentially in a shooting position. He's driving towards goal. Plays to Robson, a little 1-2. McCann in the penalty area, plays it across goal, and Oxford City get an important touch, but it goes back to Garrick, who's in the penalty on the left-hand side. Plays it across goal, and Doyce wanted the header, but he couldn't get it. But McCormick has a shot, which is charged down. Half calls to handball, waved away from the referee. Forest Green just been a bit more tact-minded the last few minutes.
Yeah, just turning the screw ever so slightly.
Robson on the left in the final third. Garrick plays it to Robson. Forced to go towards the corner flag. Finds McCann as an option. We've said that many times today. Garrick to Tozer, he's in the final third. That's how deep Oxford are currently playing. Literally 11 men all there behind the ball. Garrick looking to turn. Back to McCann. Finds Tozer. Plays to Robson on the left. To Tozer again. Fair play to Oxford. They're keeping their shape. They're Forest Green. They're back on the halfway line now. To Garrick. To Osadebe on the right. To Tozer, who's now back in his own half. Robson sees his pass blocked, and Oxford City get a touch, but Forest can win the ball back thanks to McCann. To Tozer. Robson sees Deutsch making a run, but elects to go to May instead. He goes on the right hand side to Knowles, whose touch is good. Goes past the man, clipped down. Referee gives a free kick. Lewis Coyle might get a yellow for that. It was right in front of the assistant referee. He didn't wave his flag, but I guess his say was so obvious the referee gave that one.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's right in front of the official. The player goes down. The referee gives it from way back where he was stood, but the player who committed the foul insists that he did absolutely nothing wrong. Lewis Coyle there, adamant that he did no wrongdoing there on Tom Knowles, but it's a set piece for Forest Green, and for once there's just a single figure over the ball. It's going to be Adam May who's going to take this set piece.
Davies a short option if he wants to find someone edge of the area. McCann's lurking there as well. When you look up, you've got Tozer, Innes, Garrick, Doige and Knowles and McCormick all in the box. They might go short. I think May's given himself a bit of a run up. Tozer's lurking on the far post, as is Innes. Played it towards that far post, but the Oxford City get an important header away. Back to Davy. Taps to May. The big man still in the box. He plays it right into there, looking for Doige, the glancing header, and he can't find Innes on the far post. That goes for a goal kick.
Yeah, really good opportunity for Forest Green. Doige looked for that glancing header just to use the pace of the ball and direct it goal bound. I'm not sure if he actually made any contact with it, judging on his reaction, but yeah, really good flat driven ball towards Christian Doige, and Innes was at the back post lurking if it fell his way. Fortuitously for Oxford City it doesn't, and it goes out for a goal kick. And I think they might just try and take the sting out of this attacking spell for Forest Green by just delaying it ever so slightly. The referee has said hurry up. He's just blown his whistle and giving the hurry up order to Mackenzie Lyle in goal.
Yeah, I think he pretended he was going to go short, but decided to go long instead and eke out a few more seconds. Plays it long up the field. Oxford allowed the ball to bounce again. McCormick left it for Davy and no one really went for it, and Oxford come away with it with Drew on the right. Puts a cross into the Forest Green penalty area, goes over everyone, might go for a throw-in, as it does for Forest Green, right on the far side there. I'm impressed by Oxford City. They're keeping their discipline and shape well.
Yeah, and they're dealing with everything that Forest Green are throwing at them, really, in an attacking sense. And then when they keep their shape, they don't overcommit themselves when applying the press, and more often than not they win the ball back when they decide to do it. And they've got their goal as well. I think frustrating Forest Green, which is obviously something they'll want to do.
Yeah, we've had half an hour. Forest Green trailing by a goal to nil. Parker the goal scorer. Robson looks back to Garrick further up the line. Robson's ball is intercepted and goes up for a Forest Green throw, which they take quickly to McCann. It's a Mays found to Davy, forced back to Ryan Innes. He's got a man on to him, and he plays it to Ward, who plays it to Ross on the left hand side. Suddenly Oxford have turned a bit of a press on here, and Tozer finds May in his own half. And it's worked for Oxford. They won the ball back and trying to play some quick football, and May gives away a free kick, only a yard or so for the corner of the penalty area. You can just tell suddenly Oxford have told to press up the field, and they frustrated Forest Green and won themselves a free kick in a dangerous position.
Well, it was May who gave the ball away, and then in his efforts to try and make up for it, he fouled his man not too far away from the penalty area in the right channel. So just two Forest Green players in the wall. It's going to be McCormick and Garrick, the two players that form that wall. The referee's just walking them to the right place, in the right distance that they should be, puts down the foam. But this is another good opportunity for Oxford City to put the ball in the box and see if they can't replicate what they did from the earlier corner, where they scored from.
Previous set piece attacking for Oxford involved in the goal. Let's see what this one does from Ashby. Plays it into the 6-yard box. Robson wins the defensive header. Forest Green have every man back, so it's a chance Vesney on to put the ball back forward. It does just that and finds his way to Ashby. The ball into the area, looking for Andrews. Goes off for a goal kick, and Forest Green did well with that, but Oxford looking well organised here.
Yeah, the delivery wasn't brilliant, didn't beat the first man, and Forest Green were able to deal with it.
Davy on the right, McCormick making a run in front of him, but goes to the short option of May. It goes to McCann, still just inside the Forest Green half. Robson on the halfway line retrieves it, back to McCann, who trots to the right hand side to find Davy. Back to Innes in his own half, who's got space, and suddenly Oxford going back to the men behind the ball, trying to frustrate Forest Green. Good ball to find Knowles on the right hand side, puts one man onto his backside as a shot with his left foot. The second big fake goes to Doige, puts the ball across goal, and the offside flag goes up there. I think Dodge looking to pick up the scraps, was in the offside position when Knowles got their shot away.
Really impressive from Knowles. Brings it down, goes into the penalty area, sits his player down on the ground, and then has a strike, and the keeper gets down really well. Smart stop with both his hands to parry that away from his near post. And luckily for them, the linesman put the flag up, giving Oxford City the free kick.
As the keeper ready to, again, not in a big rush, Mackenzie Lance play the ball upfield. Innes drags Parker to the floor. Referees allowed that to go and play to carry on, which I'm surprised with. But May has the ball in open play to McCann. He's got option to Robson on the left-hand side, who he taps it to. Back to McCann. Robson continues his run. McCann's with a bit of trickery and footwork, plays the ball forward to Doige. Robson picks up the loose ball, looking to get a shot away on the edge of the area. It's fallen gratuitously for Oxford and Alfie Potter to manage to clear up the line. Toes with the header, looking for Garrick, who's shoved off the ball legally in front of us here, and Oxford have the throw in. Both Robson and Osadavy have got a bit of licence to push further up the field today.
Yeah, they have, and they've looked really good when they've gone forward. But ultimately, the thing that's missing is a shot on target and a goal for Forest Green.
Yeah, Forest Green trailing by a goal to nil. 34 minutes gone here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Tozer gets up muscle from Andrews, who's drives towards goal. Needs the support of Innes, who wins the ball cleanly. Oxford had the ball right by the corner flag, though. Win themselves a corner. Their second of the game. They scored the first.
Yeah, Ben Tozer was just caught in possession there in his penalty area. And now Oxford City with another great opportunity from a set piece, which they're in no rush to take, are they, at the moment?
No, well, they know the threat they've got from it. It's unusual from Tozer. Maybe needed a man on the shout. Coyle for Oxford City slowly walks towards the corner flag. Forest Green with every man back. Oxford scored with their first corner, currently leading because of it. What can they do with their second? Played in towards the far post, overhit that time, and goes off for a goal kick on the far side. The first corner was very good, that one not so.
No, way too deep of a delivery from Lewis Coyle over absolutely everybody. Nobody gave chase. I think they knew it was a lost cause when it left his boots, but Forest Green looking to take their goal kick quickly, which they do. It's a short one to Ryan Innes.
Yeah, he plays it to Osadavy on the right. Here at Oxford City, not Oxford United. They did have an early kick-off in Oxford. Some Hardy fans might have been able to watch both the games today. 12:30 kick-off. They drew with Bristol City. Bristol City went down to 9 men. Managed to come away with a point. McCann sees Knowles in space on the right. Knowles with another good touch, cutting it past Coyle. He can't just yet. Forced with that to Davy. First time ball into the boxes. Charged down for a throw. Could be Tozer time for the first time today. It is. It's actually the first time the Forest Green have had a throw in within Tozer territory.
Yeah, with the big runoff area, he might not have to lean over the advertising hoardings or the railings this time. He's got plenty of room to take his run up if he wishes to do so. I just wonder if he will lean over the hoardings now just to... Yeah, he does. He absolutely does.
Making every single use of the perimeter of defence. Leans back, launches it into the 6-yard box. Can't find Innes, but the loose ball falls to McCann, who gets a bit of traffic, does well to find Knowles, who clips the ball into, looking for Christian Doige. Osadavy with the shot, and it's well blocked. McCann looking to get a shot away as well, and that's again blocked. A couple of shots in quick succession for Forest Green. Osadavy's popped up on the left-hand side. He puts another ball into the box. That's overhit, and goes off for a goal kick. Again, credit to Oxford.
Yeah, absolutely, but the ball was ricocheting left and right, wasn't it, really? Just falling really nicely for Forest Green every time. The second ball just fell to their players. A disappointing end to that attacking spell with an overhit ball, which the keeper just decides to let roll out for a goal kick.
Innes with the defensive header finds McCormick, who was tracking back and couldn't control his touch. Goes off for a throw on the halfway line for Oxford. Approaching half-time, 7 minutes of normal time to play. Oxford leading by a goal to nil.
We've got goals elsewhere in the FA Trophy 5th round. Woking are 1-0 up against Gainsborough, and Rochdale are now 2-0 up against Worthing. Mitchell scored both of their goals.
Parker scoring the only goal here for Oxford City, as the home team have it on the halfway line, clipped forward. Osadavy winning an important header, finds May. He can't find McCann though, and Oxford have the ball again. Forest Green pick up the loose ball to Robson, to May, still deep in his own half, but Knowles making a run down the right, looking to get the ball forward to him. Is it overhit? Might just be. Knowles can't keep that ball on, just runs out of pitch, goes off for a goal kick. Gives a thumbs up though. I think he knows that he might have the better of Lewis Coyle, does Knowles, especially Coyle on that yellow card.
Well, we know how quick Knowles is, and he nearly got onto the end of that ball. Just couldn't quite get there in the end, but didn't give up on it.
No, that's what I think Forest Green have been quite effective from, when they've seen, especially Knowles on the right, put the balls over the top, looking for him. Goal kick though, played high up the line. Intelligent header by Parker, but Tozer gets there first from the flick on and plays it back to Ward, the keeper, who's been relatively quiet today. Classic line of all he's had to do is pick the ball at the back of the net. Couldn't do too much for the goal. A well placed header by Parker from the corner. Forest Green still able to get a goal back. Tozer in his own half finds McCann. He taps it to Innes in the Forest Green half. Finds it to Osadavy. Knowles constantly on the shoulder, last man, but Forest Green get dispossessed, and Parker wins the ball back for Oxford City. Goes all the way back to his keeper. You can tell Josh Parker has got that bit of experience to him. Innes gives away a free kick, coming together between him and Andrews. Forest Green fans think it should have gone the other way.
Yeah, Innes uses his size and strength to win the initial header, but I think the Oxford City player Andrews kind of ducks down, hunches his back, which causes Innes to go flying over the top of him to the ground, and it can be seen as quite an aggressive act when that happens.
Free kick for Oxford City in the centre circle, inside the Forest Green half. Played forward. Innes winning the header. Calls the offside. Wade flag stays down. Long range shot, and Ward has to have a save to his left hand side. We said that Ward's been quiet today. A shot, what, a good 25 yards from outside of the penalty area. Well placed, and Ward continues every stretch there to get fingertips onto that.
Yeah, really good save. Uses every sinew and fibre of his being to get a fingertip to that, and I'm pretty sure I heard it come off his fingertips before it hit the advertising hoardings behind his goal. But what a wonderful save that was.
In the rugby, the Six Nations, it's Scotland 26, Italy 19. That England Ireland game, 4:45 start. Comment on BBC Radio 5 Live. Thank you for joining us on BBC Radio Gloucestershire, all frequencies here in the FA Trophy. Corner to Oxford City, their third. Play towards the far post. It's better that time. Innes with the first header. McCann needs to win the second. He can, but Parker picks up the loose ball. Looks for a free kick at the edge of the area. You can hear what the Forest Green fans think about him falling to the floor. And Forest Green look to go forward. Half chance to break through Garrick. Runs into traffic, but Oxford force way back to the keeper, who plays it first time up the field. May picks up the scraps though, finds Osadavy, who gets hacked down and wins off a free kick. Forest Green looking to take it quickly. Hartby 7x to 29 in the Premiership Cup. As May plays the ball back to Innes. To McCann, he's got two men on him, but calmly plays it back to Tozer. To May. Osadavy looking to have a 1-2 with Knowles. Knowles just can't find Osadavy, plays it forward and it runs too far forward, goes off for a goal kick and things just fizzling out again for Forest Green. It's not been the most entertaining of first halves.
No, but I think if you're a fan of Oxford City, You're absolutely buzzing with this so far. Going into half-time, they'll definitely be the happier of the two teams. They've got their early goal, and they've defended everything that Forest Green have thrown at them in an attacking sense. They've done really well. And when they've had possession on the ball, they haven't just kind of looked to pass it round and make Forest Green take it off them. They've taken it to Forest Green.
Goal kick for Oxford. Forest Green with May win the first ball, taps it to Robson, who plays it to McCann. Tozer's blocks from behind him, plays it slideaway to May, over top looking for Robson. Can he get there? He can't. Goes well chested down by Burley. Back to the Oxford keeper, who takes his time to pick the ball up, eking down as much time as he can in the first half. So we've got 90 seconds of normal time, probably plus a minute or so of time and nod as well. It's launched up the pitch by Mackenzie Lyle, and managed to find a teammate who's played it forward to Parker. Osadebe trying to marshal him out, but Parker gets a touch on the ball and calmly plays it behind him. And Oxford just try and hold on to possession. They can't do it for too long though. Osadebe wins the ball back, and Innes comes away with it. Finds Garrick. He flicks it to McCann, who's a bit too audacious there, trying to be a bit too pretty with a little flick to McCann. Was making a forward run, but didn't get enough perch on the flick to find him. Forest win a free kick in their own half, which will take quickly. Looking for Garrick. He's got space in front of him. Tozer intelligently finds him, but he shows too much of the ball, and it's cleared by Oxford City. Osadebe wants it from May, who he does find it, does Osadebe. Kills it to Knowles. Gets a little 1-2 McCormick. Shrugs off one challenge. Goes back to May. Fourth official's indicating the 1 minute of injury time, which we just tick it into now. As a reminder, they've got the loudest PA system ever here at the Royal Charlton Stadium. McCann finds space. Goes past three, edge of the area, gets himself up for a place to shoot. It's just went into a bit of traffic too far. May with a long range shot gets blocked, and Oxford come away with it. Chance to break, and Oxford make it 2 for half time. As the Reese explained a bit too prematurely, and Park has it on the left hand side. They're finishing brightly, are Oxford City, looking at a shot away, and Osadebe drags Parker to the floor, and the referee waves it away. That looks a bit clumsy from Osadebe, but the referee had a good view of it. Robson needs to go forward. We've got 20 seconds of injury time to go. You know what those Forest Green fans are saying, because time could run out for Forest Green. McCann plays it to sideways to May. He plays it forward to Osadebe. Forest Green will have the last chance of this first half. Osadebe dummies his first run. Then he's getting the box to Forest Green. May looks for Osadebe. Can he get the ball across goal? He can. Deutsch is there. Can he win the first header? He plays it back to the shot from McGorm. It takes a ricochet and it goes off for a corner to Forest Green. And that was a good play from the visiting team.
Yeah, Osadebe just stabs one up towards the back post. Christian Deutsch wins the header. It falls into the path of McCormick, who strikes it goalbound with his left foot. It takes a deflection just wide of the post into the side netting. Now Forest Green with an opportunity to answer back on the stroke of half-time with this corner.
They can't faff around too much with it. We've already had 90 seconds of injury time, which should only be the 60. Just got to put it in the box to see what they can do. I think that's exactly what May's about to do just now. Plays it towards 6-yard box, and it goes over everyone for half-time. Who knows where it's going to be? The referee blows up for half-time. Probably the right shout.
Half-time whistle here.
But half-time here at the Royal Charlton Stadium, Oxford City leading by a goal to nil.
Yeah, and I think they'll be really, really pleased with how they've conducted themselves in this game. Forest Green have had the lion's share of possession. They've looked dangerous when they've attacked, but ultimately, when it comes to the final third, or taking a shot and threatening the goalkeeper, they've not really been able to. The keeper's made 2 good saves in 45 minutes. It's nowhere near enough, really, for a team like Forest Green, who are pushing for promotion in the National League and looking to go further in this competition this afternoon. But Oxford City, really disciplined, really well disciplined. They win the ball back on the press when they initiate it. And when they go forward, they have purpose, and they trouble Forest Green at times. Ben Tozer caught on the ball once or twice. May with a slack back pass which got intercepted by the Oxford City players, and then they go forward and win a corner from it. And Jed Ward has had one really, really good save to make, to be fair to him. And that was about 5 minutes before half-time. Just tipped it round his post and stops it from being 2-0. to Oxford City.
Yeah, credit to Oxford because they've been, you're right, so well disciplined. They when they've been told to defend, they defend well, and when they've been told to go forward and try and disrupt Forest Green, they've been done exactly that. And credit, they don't look like a team who got thrashed 5-0 on Tuesday night.
No, and I don't know what the team talk will be from Steve Cottrell, but we do know that they are very effective when he has to be stern and has to give those instructions to the team. But the thing is, it's not been a bad performance, has it?
No, I think they've been playing well. I think they've got gears to go into as well, Forest Green. I think if that was the last 10-15 minutes of the second half, they've got to push a bit more forward. So Forest Green still very much in the game, just wanting a bit of salt in the room. I know Steve will give you the full rundown of the scores at half-time, but a late goal in the first half, Ruben, in the York City game.
Yeah, 1-0 York City. Sinclair scoring on 43 minutes against Dagenham and Redbridge, and elsewhere Barnet also 1-0 up against Tamworth. Those are the games that concern Forest Green in the league.
Yeah, not too good news for Forest Green in the league. But in the FA Trophy, those the anthems have just really started to blast out around us here in Oxford City. The goal from Josh Parker after 15 minutes of difference between the two teams. Forest Green trailing by 1-0.
And we're looking at the options if he wants to change things. What would you do? What's he got in store up his sleeve?
I think more than the sleeve, it's what he can do with 11 on the pitch. He can push them a bit forward. They can be a bit more attack-minded. Yes, you've got the likes of Cardwell and Quigley both on the bench, but I think they've got it in their locker, Ruben. The 11 on the pitch, they've got it to go through the gears and push on forward and try and create a few more chances. They're just being, probably rightly, in Oxford, they're looking for stuff to be on the break, but there is something there for Forest Green.
Yeah, but also the longer it goes on, if they absolutely need somebody, they've got Carl McAllister on the bench as well. He's a source of goals and creativity, and actually complements McCann really nice in the centre of the park. So he's also someone that they might be looking at. Liam Sercombe controls the game. I think you might want to put him on when you've got a goal back, perhaps. So, as you say, Billy, I think this might be one where he keeps it as it is and lets the team dig themselves out of the hole that they're in at the moment, and see how it goes really in the second half. I'm not sure how long he might leave it before changes come, but he's not one that just makes them frivolously, does he?
No, and I know we don't want to look at the league just now. We're focusing on the trophy, but you look at the current score lines. Barnet 7 points ahead as it stands. Just Forest Green have got 2 games in hand, but Forest, of course, with rather points on the board. But as you said, it's all about the trophy. However, the Forest Green fans, you might want to cheer them up looking at the BBC Sport app at half time. The table doesn't make the best of readings for them.
No, Barnet at the top, York second, Forest Green in third. Only 1 point between York and Forest Green at the moment. Both played the same amount of games. Only 4 goal difference between the two teams as well. But at least they've got the two they've got the two to play.
Thank you very much for now, Ruben Cowley and Billy Hunt, your commentary team, with Forest Green Rovers having a few words, I'm sure, at the break to turn things around. They trailed them by 1-0 at half-time.
Steve Kitchen.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Good afternoon, 7 minutes to 4. Let's round up then the scores around the country. Half-time whistles going in the Premier League at the moment. Huge scoreline for Nottingham Forest in the lunchtime kick-off. A 7-0 win over Brighton and Hove Albion, with Chris Wood scoring a hat-trick, including a penalty. Morgan Gibbs-White, Nico Williams, Jota Silva getting goals as well, after Lewis Dunker giving them the lead with an own goal. 7-0 victory over Brighton today for Forest. At half-time, Mo Salah's penalty has given Liverpool a 1-0 lead at Bournemouth. Bournemouth had a goal chalked off through VAR. Their Merseyside neighbours, though, are leading 3-0 against Leicester City. Everton trying to win 3 successive league games for the first time since April last year. Well on target. Beto scored twice for them. Doucouré with the opener in the first minute for Everton. They lead 3-0 then against Leicester City at half-time. In the basement battle, it's Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. Southampton taking the lead through Joe Aribo, but Liam Delap has equalised for Ipswich. And Newcastle United lead Fulham by 1-0. Jacob Murphy with the goal there for the Toon Army. Newcastle 1, Fulham 0 then at half-time. Into League 2. Cheltenham Town, if you weren't with us a little earlier, were 1-0 winners over Chesterfield, but they left it late.
Jordan Thomas. Can Thomas get across into the penalty area he goes? Now, he cuts in, goes for goal!
It's blocked on the line. It's in. It's in. It's gone in. It's Duke Boyd who scored what might well be the winner for Cheltenham. Thomas's shot saved by the goalkeeper, and Duke Boyd had his 4th goal of the season, and deep in stoppage time Cheltenham may have won it.
That's exactly what they did do. Elsewhere in the lunchtime kickoffs, Notts County were 2-1 winners at Gillingham. In the 3 o'clock games, it's AFC Wimbledon 1, Bradford 0, Bromley 0, Grimsby 0. Swindon Town are 1-0 at bottom club, well, once bottom club Carlisle United. Carlisle have actually been on a decent run of late, haven't they? One place off the bottom now. Swindon Town themselves also on a decent run too. Won 4 of their last 6, could be 5 of their last 7. Doncaster are 1-0 up against MK Dons. Harrogate 1, Crewe Alexandra 0. It's Morecambe 1, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood the side just tucked in behind Cheltenham at the moment, in 13th place in the table. Newport 0, Barrow 0 as a half-time score. Port Vale 1, Accrington 0. Colchester United are 2-0 up at Tranmere. And leaders Walsall are 1-0 down at home to Salford City at the break. Into the National League, Braintree 0, Hartlepool 0, Fylde 0, Oldham 0, Halifax 1, Ebbsfleet 0, Tamworth 0, Barnet 1. Yeah, not a good scoreline for Forest Green Rovers fans. Wellston 1, Solihull Moors 1. And York City also leading. They're in the 55th minute of time in the first half now. York City 1-0 up against Dagenham and Redbridge, who wait for Forest Green Rovers next after their FA Trophy game this afternoon, where they trail by a goal to net the break.
First corner of the game for Oxford City. Just in the 6-yard box, exactly where the ball's played. First header's won by Oxford. They score! The home team scores with Josh Parker. Peels away from his man, 6 yards out. 3-header play.
Yeah, that's the goal that separates the sides then at half-time. Elsewhere in the FA Trophy, Aldershot 0, Boreham Wood 0, Altrincham 0, Eastleigh 0, Gainsborough Trinity 0, Woking 1, Kidderminster 0, Sutton 0, Southend 0, Sittingbourne 0, Spennymoor Town 0, Boston 0, and Worthing 0, Rochdale 2. Those are your half-times in the world of football. Let's turn our attention now to rugby, where early on our first commentary match of the afternoon, Gloucester Hartpury were 38-7 winners at Welford Road against the Leicester Tigers. In the games this afternoon involving our local sides, Exeter are having a decent afternoon at Hartpury, I'm afraid, in Pool E of the Premiership Rugby Cup, going according to form there. They're leading 36 points to 7 now. Mike Austin's try early for Hartpury, but they've not been able to build on that. Exeter certainly looking stronger in the second half as well in that game. That's in the Premiership Cup Pool E. Also in National League 2 West, Cinderford are in action this afternoon. They trail at the moment at half-time by 14 points to 21 at home to Hinckley. Cinderford in 4th, Hinckley in 10th, and Hinckley putting up a fight with 3 tries in the first half. Cinderford's 2 tries coming from Sam Smith and Nathan Taylor. Let's go back to that late winner then for Cheltenham Town against Chesterfield, a 12:30 kickoff at Wadham Road today, and a 92nd minute winner for Arkell Jude Boyd. The defender's been talking to Peter Matthews.
You're right back.
Yeah.
But what were you doing in the centre of goal in the 93rd minute?
Just saw JT cut inside, so I thought the keeper spills it, I might have a chance. So
Dramatic last winner, wasn't it?
definitely, the team fought. I was just happy we can get the win.
Do you think on balance it was a deserved win?
Yeah, they had a lot of possession of the ball, and we as a team was structured, getting over and working hard. So I think it was deserved. We made it difficult, but it was deserved. Yeah.
4 goals in all competitions this season. What was your target at the start of the season?
People might call me crazy, but I wanted 10.
Okay. In goals scored.
And assists, yeah.
That's how many assists do you have at the moment?
1.
So you're halfway there.
Halfway there, yeah, that's it.
A bit less than half season to go.
Yeah.
In terms of today, it seemed that it was quite a tough afternoon for you early on. Their winger was quite pacey, wasn't he?
100%, yeah, very good player. So just glad I could keep him from getting on the score sheet.
And the team now is on really quite a good run, isn't it, since the Colchester game? What do you put that down to?
I think we just all know our roles. We all get what each other are good at. We're playing to our strength.
You're playing in a back 4 now. You came in and you were playing in a back 5. Do you prefer playing in a back 5 or a back 4?
I just prefer playing. Yeah, I'm happy wherever I am on the pitch.
But you presumably prefer to play right rather than left, would you?
Right side, yeah. So anywhere on the right side, I prefer, yeah.
How big a step has this season been?
I think I've managed well. The first couple of games was difficult. Obviously, joining a new squad squad and 18 new players, so that was difficult. But I think I've managed well. Got Ethan here, come from Torquay, so I've settled in well. Yeah, I like Cheltenham as well. The area's good.
And are you talking regularly with your former boss at Torquay, with Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, we're very close. Yeah, call him Grandad, so yeah.
How does he respond to that?
No, we're all banter. We get along Downsy as well, very well.
Has that made it easier to settle at Cheltenham, the fact that there is quite a strong Torquay connection here?
100%, yeah.
So, where are Cheltenham going to finish this season then?
Well, our goal is playoffs, so that's what we're trying to reach, yeah.
And they're getting closer, aren't they?
100%. Well, I think we're 7 points now. 2 wins and a draw, and then we're back in it.
Certainly are. Arkyle Dew Boyd with the 92nd minute winner for Cheltenham Town this afternoon in our 12:30 commentary match. Rugby Six Nations, Scotland leading Italy by 31 points to 19 currently. Later on this afternoon, England in action against Ireland in Dublin, the defending champions, then starting at home. England, of course, now captained by Mario Toje after he replaced Jamie George.
One thing about this is not all on me. I guess I'm captain now, but it's not all on me. We have a group of wise and experienced players which will be sharing the load, because no captain, and myself including, that can do it all by themselves. I can't do everything, so and we have people like Ellis, people like Marcus, Lady, the Currys, Benal, and I'm probably missing out a few others there. We will together get this team right.
You're not a ranter and raver, you're not someone to particularly raise your voice or to swear the house down. Will you hand that round to over to someone else, that kind of Ellis Ginger's role, or how will that work just in the change room beforehand?
Well, I'll definitely, if there are swearing obligations, I'll probably hand that over to one of the 14 other members of the of the team that does do that. But every player has their strengths. Every player has things that they need to work on, and whether it's a player, whether it's a coach, whether it's a broadcaster, dare I might say, everyone has those things, and it's just about, I like to think I'm a reasonably self-aware person, and I think I'm humble enough to acknowledge where I need support from others, and I think knowing that is probably a good thing, and I will look to use others to prop up where I need support.
It's often said that, especially close to a game, that the fewer the messages, the better. Make it a couple of things and really, really hammer them home rather than sort of cluttering everyone's minds with loads of different things. With that in mind, are there kind of 2 or 3 particular areas of the game that, as a team, you've got to get right when you play a team like Ireland on their home patch?
I always find that question interesting because it's always, rugby is a relatively simple game. The 2 or 3 things you have to get right to beat Ireland is probably similar to the 2 or 3 things you have to get right to beat France, to beat New Zealand, to beat South Africa. It's going to be, we're going to need to have our set piece nice and strong, nice and solid, because they're good in that area. The breakdown is the area that they're very good at, so we need to be very good ourselves. The aerial battle is an area that we pride ourselves in, but they're also very strong in that. And I guess I could list off a few others, but there's it's the same thing every time. The nuances are a little bit different, and the things, I guess, different players bring different spices to games. But in terms of the things that we need to get right, I guess there's them, and probably 1 or 2, a few more.
The thoughts of Maro Toje there, going into his first captain's new role as a captain in the Six Nations against Ireland in Dublin. That's the way that's lining up this afternoon. I can tell you that Gloucester City drawing 0-0 at half-time against AFC Tottenham. That's third against second in that table, and that's a big game at New Meadow Park this afternoon, but no goals as yet at the break. Gloucester City 0, AFC Tottenham in second 0 as well. That's the Southern League Premier South. In Division 1 South, Cinderford leading 1-0 against Shaftesbury. That's bottom of the table, Cinderford against 18th place Shaftesbury, and Alex Bonthrum penalty in the 18th minute, giving the Foresters the lead there. Half-time is over. at Oxford City. Time for Forest Green Rovers to turn things around where they trail 1-0 in the 5th round of the FA Trophy. Let's rejoin your commentary team of Ruben Cowley and Billy Hunt.
Thank you very much, Steve. Steve Cox is making his way from the dugout with our left-hand side. So about a minute or so away from the start of the second half. You've got to walk all the way across to those dugouts on the far side from where we are. No changes for either side at half-time. Forest Green, so that's wing number 11 is Ward in goal. From left to right, Robson, Tozer, Innes, Ossa, Davey. The midfield of McGormick, May and McCann. And that front for Forest Green, Knowles, Deutsch and Jordan Garrick. On the bench for the Rovers, Jamie Sell, the sub-goalkeeper, Long, McAllister, Circum, Quickly and Cardwell. The bench is there, but as we said before we went back at the end of the first half, there's something also there for Forest Green that they want to go up a few gears.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think they'll definitely have to start brighter and show willing going forward, because they're chasing this game now, and you know, Oxford City have got 45 minutes plus whatever time gets added on to really kind of just see it out.
Forest Green kick off. They're going from left to right. Those Forest Green fans, as we said, can go across the pitch. As in, they can't. They go around the pitch. They're in trouble going across it, but it's not unstuggated here. So they're walking in front of us now, going behind the goal. Davey on the right. Plays it back to Innes. To Tozer, who looks for options on the right hand side, looks for Ossa Davey, that's easily intercepted by Oxford and Potter, and Oxford come away with it. The Parker Innes battle continues, and that one goes to Parker as he gives a free kick. Wins a free kick from Ryan Innes. Ryan Innes is given the use your eyes, so he's pointing to his eyes, isn't he, to referee?
Well, I think as he was making the challenge, he was already saying to the referee that he's simulating going down very easily, making eye contact with the ref, saying you've seen him just kind of crumble before you, but he got the decision anyway.
Yeah, the referee kept his eyes on it and gave it against Ryan Innes. Free kick to Oxford City. Midway in the Forest Green half, Lewis Coyle over the ball, as is Ashby. That's going to be Coyle, with Forest Green having a one-man wall of Garrick. Coyle spread towards the far post. Innes wins the first header. No out option for him because Forest Green had so many back men defending, and a silly foul there from McCann, just putting two hands in the back. Lots of play on the far side of the half where we're sat, and no need to do that really, because it gives Oxford another chance to put the ball into the box.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're now going to do. They're still taking their time over these set pieces, not willing to rush into anything. But again, it's just going to be a right-footed delivery from the far side of the pitch, basically on the touchline, the ball. And they have really good opportunity now from this set piece.
They clip it towards the near post, looking for Andrews, who's gets the ball nicked off in. Forest Green want to break, but they can't find McCormick well or Knowles, and also get another chance to play the ball forward. Head tennis going on, and Tozer returns it, but Oxford City managed to bring the ball down. Brian Parker has a long range shot and goes over the bar. Josh Parker, he's a good player. He's certainly probably one of the best ones for Oxford City, but a little bit about him sometimes with that long range shot.
Yeah, that one was just wild though, wasn't it? That was more hit and hope. That goes way over the crossbar. Jeb Ward not worried about that one at all.
Robson on the left hand side in his own half. Taps it to Tozer, who looks for May, plays it back to Tozer. Ossa Davies making a little bit of a run up the right hand side. Find McGormick, who plays it back to Innes. Ossa Davies again to Innes. They're being patient again, Forest Green. As May looks up, sees Knowles making a run down the right hand side and gets the ball headed off him for a throw. Could be Tozer area, but they decide to go and leave it to Ossa Davies instead. And Innes picks up the ball. Back to Ossa Davies, looks to cut inside his man, does just that. Boy's making a run. Ossa Davies still has the ball at his feet. To May, spreads to the left hand side looking for Robson. Again, not perfect, and intercepted and headed out for a throw Forest Green's way. which Tozer goes towards. He says, I fancy this one on the left-hand side. Ennis trotting into the box.
Yeah, time to cause a bit of chaos in the penalty area for Forest Green.
Tozer leans back on the advertising hoardings. The Forest Green fans finding their voice as Tozer plays it into the box. It's a decent one. Ennis' shirt's almost pulled up over his head. Referee gives nothing. Robson plays a decent ball into the penalty area. Loose ball going to Knowles, who targets a head onto it. Oxford City looking to come away with it. And it stays on the pitch. And Alfie Potter sees his ball intercepted by Osadebe. When Innes is running into the box, you saw his shirt pulled up almost like a prank when you pull up the shirt over their head.
Well, referee obviously didn't think that was anything worthy of blowing his whistle for. But Oxford City, very, very good and adept at playing their way out of trouble from the back.
Late challenge on Osadebe from Lewis Coyle. Calls for him to pick up a yellow card. I thought he picked up one in the first half, but that's different player, wasn't it? So Coyle gets that first yellow. The other player for Oxford was Burley, number 2. Not Coyle, the number 7. Both on yellow cards now. A bit late and nasty, actually, that one on Osadebe.
Yeah, right in front of us as well, in the commentary position.
May takes the free kick short to Innes. Cottrell, you can see, he's pretty animated there on the far side. McCann spreads the ball forward, is trying to look for the perfect weighted ball, and it couldn't be found, and Oxford clear. May heads it to Innes, who sees his clearance charge down. Chance for Andrews by the corner flag. Can he keep the ball on? He can't. It goes a Forest Green throw.
Yeah, Innes is having a word with the referee. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Is the ball being given to Forest Green?
Because I thought it was a Forest Green throw all day, and that's exactly what the assistant referee gave. And that's what the referee's given as well. So I'm not sure what the discussions are about.
No, very strange. And now the referee's making the...
He's telling us Davies in the corner, they're throwing right in the corner. Forest Green camped in there, and Officer Davies plays it to Innes, who clears up the line. Another late challenge.
Yeah, this time on McCormick. He's felt that one. He's still on the ground. As Forest Green try and play.
They take the free kick quickly.
They do, but the player's still down on the ground. He's up now. The referee is just trying to stop Forest Green from playing too quickly.
Osadebe in his own half, taps it to May. Robson on the left-hand side, if he can be found. But Tozer elects to go to McCann. Forward to Robson, plays it back to Tozer. Osadebe's making himself space on the right-hand side, but they look to go on the left, and they can't find Garrick. And Oxford City again coming away with it. But they play the ball forward looking for Parker, but Innes easily gets there first. Osadebe forward to McCormick. With a heavy touch as well to recover. But Oxford do well second time round to win the ball back. And they've got space on the left-hand side. Coyle going on forward to get past Osadebe. Knowles tracking back doing defensive duties. Back to Ashby. Switching to the right-hand side where there's space for them. And Garrett gets beat. The ball into the box is blocked by Robson. Deutsch, a lonely figure up front for Forest Green at the moment. Just creating an out option for them. And May gets a touch onto the ball. He's won himself a throw, he hasn't. He's gone Oxford's way. And Forest Green not looking as comfortable on the ball this second half. It's 53 minutes gone. Still Oxford City 1, Forest Green 0.
Yeah, haven't really got going, have they, so far in this second half? And it looks like Oxford City now are going to be set up for a long throw of their own into the Forest Green penalty area on the far side of the pitch.
Yeah, they're lining up for it. Here comes the long one into the 6-yard box. Innes wins the first header. That comes back to Scott for Oxford. The ball into the area, cleared by May. Goes higher than it does further up the pitch. Ball bounces and Garrett looked to get a touch away. He gets pulled back. Referee gives a free kick, which Forest Green take quickly. Back to Ward. He's got a man onto him, and then this one's make sure that The player for Oxford can't charge him down. Left a bit of something in. Oxford win the ball back through Potter. There's a player down injured in the penalty area. Potter has the ball and he gets challenged for tackle by Oster Davey. The referee gives a yellow card for that, and the game just went crazy then for about 10 seconds. Played out. The free kick was played back to Ward. Not the best ball. Innes were being charged down. Player fell to the floor. Innes leaving a bit of something in.
Yeah, well, it was a bit weird because it looked like Innes was in the way of where Ward was going to pass the ball. In his efforts to move, kind of ran into the number 9, Corey Andrews. Maybe got an elbow to the head. He went down holding his head, was in some pain, and then when Oxford City had the ball, it looked like they were going to put it into the box. He got straight back up, still holding his head, and then when it went out and the free kick was given their way, he drops back down to the ground holding his head again. Very bizarre moment there.
There's a free kick for Oxford after all. Oster Davey, during the carnage, slid in a bit too late and got a yellow card for it, and it's an interesting one. 2 or 3 yards up on the end of the pitch, 5 yards inside it as well. One-man wall for Forest Green. Everyone back. Real tight angle. Oxford blast towards the far post. And May gets an important header onto it. Every man back for Forest Green. So Oxford looked to play the ball into the area, but instead Chai plays it straight up for Forest Green through on the right. Not when any of his teammates wanted that ball.
No, but the way he hit it, he must have thought someone would have been out there. He was so confident that that's maybe part of their patterns of play that they use from time to time. But yeah, no one out there. And Forest Green able to now retain possession for a little bit.
And Ennis is on the ball. Taps it to Tozer. Knowles and Garrick are the options in front of him on the wings. Deutsch in the middle. Go to Oster Davey, to McCormick. Forward to Oster Davey again. Good touch by Oster Davey. Goes into the middle of the park. Finds the unmarked McCann. Calls him to shoot outside the penalty area. Taps it to Robson instead. He puts a first time ball looking for Deutsch with the header, and he can't find him as he goes over the top, and Park comes away with it for Oxford. And he looks to play it straight up for a throw. And he apologises to Parker, to his teammates, shouting sorry to everyone. McCann crosses the halfway line. Got Robson with him, who he finds on the left. Garrett's making a run, who Robson taps it to first time. 3 players in and around him, capped by the corner flag. Might try and win himself a corner or a throw. He keeps the ball at his feet, back to McCann, to May. About 35 yards out. Taps it behind to Ennis, calls to shoot. Not sure Ennis has got that in his locker, as Oster Davey has it on the right hand side. Back to Ennis. Plays it on his right foot, searching ball looking for Deutsch. He gets the header onto it, but it goes behind off for a throw to Oxford City. A bit more forward thinking that from Forest Green.
Yeah, I just don't know if that's the man you want on the ball to deliver something. Ryan Innes, you usually want him on the other end of it, really, in an attacking sense, but is he the one you want whipping a ball into the penalty area? Probably not. I say that, it wasn't actually a bad ball at all.
As May picks up the ball for Forest Green, taps it back to her, and it's more than his conventional centre-back role. To Oster Davey. Knowles wants it on the right. Oster Davey taps it back to Innes, who plays it sideways to May. Robson an option on the left-hand side, looking to push forward, as is Oster Davey. Forrest still playing it up to the back. McCann going up the left-hand side. Finds Garrick. Taps it to McCann. Shows a bit too much of the ball. And Oxford managed to clear. And they have options on the left-hand side. They can find him. Looking for Andrews. Oster Davey with an important head then, just nipping it off Andrews. Goes off on Oxford throw, so they might take quickly. And they slow play down instead. Good reading the game, that Oster Davey. It's important. Oxford with the throw, break back to the defence. And play it forward, but Tozer gets the head on the halfway line. There's a lot of space for Garrick as he crosses the halfway line, drives forward. He's got 3 Forest Green players to his right, 1 to his left of Robson. As he asks too much of Robson onto that, he has. And it goes off for a goal kick. What a wrong option there from Forest Green.
Yeah, now they've got 2 players stripped and getting ready in the dugout of Forest Green, looking to make some changes before it becomes too late to salvage anything from this game.
Yeah, I think Carl McAllister might be one of them. Is that Quigley on the far side?
It looks like the figure of Quigley, doesn't it?
So we're approaching the hour mark. 59 minutes gone. So Oxford City 1, Forest Green Rovers 0 here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Imagine it could be Deutsch and Garrick for Quigley and McAllister. I'll have to wait and see. Deutsch is not sure of the service today. McCormick intercepts on the halfway line. Looks for options. Knowles shouting for it. Wants it on the right hand side. They play it the short and easy option to McCann, who's spread it to Innes. To Osadebe. Forest Green looking to bring on that double substitution. May on the halfway line, back to Innes. Side puts it to Tozer. Looks for an option. Easy options there of McCann. Robson's making a run down the left hand side. McCann's just stopping his run. Back to Innes. 2 toes on the halfway line. I think groans on the Forest Green fans around us. Garrick hugging the left hand side. Taps to McCann. Looks up and sees Knowles making a run. Leads it to Osadebe. Oxford camped behind the ball. Knowles drives on forward. Looks to nutmeg his man. He keeps his legs shut and Oxford come away with it. Calls a handball. Waved away from the referee. Oxford City player is ball blasted. Osadebe puts the ball into the box. Locked and cleared by Oxford City. Ball Forest Green throw. They're going to make some movement on the bench. They are. And here comes the first sub. Sees Jordan Garrett.
For Forest Green
replaced by Quigley.
25
and
Luke McCormick.
McAllister.
24 Jordan Garrick. Is number 7 Kyle McAllister. And 22
McCormick coming on
Quigley.
For Carl McAllister. Interesting to see how Forest Green reshape after that, with both Deutsch and Quigley on the pitch, and McAllister.
There's a bit of concern for the Oxford City player. He was just down on his haunches there, holding his foot. He's now back up in time to defend this set piece, but
they want to defend this with their full 11. I think he knows if he gets treatment, he'll have to go off. So he stays on. Toes a long throw. Launched into that 6-yard box. Can he find Innes at the near post? He can't. May picks up the loop ball back to Tozer. To Knowles. Puts it in on his left foot. The men are still up there from the free kick. Innes wins the first header. Quickly with his first touch. Gets a header towards goal. It's pinballing around everywhere. May comes out of nowhere. Gets a shot away. And goes over the bar.
And the stand as well. Goes way into the field behind the ground. Well, that could have dropped absolutely anywhere inside the 6-yard box. Innes won the initial header at the back post, headed it back across the face of goal, and then Oxford City had 3 players going for the same ball, didn't really deal with it, and the second ball just fell very kindly to Adam May, who took 1 touch, and then when he had his strike he was completely off balance, and he was lucky to aim it goal bound to start with, but just kind of kicked it up into the atmosphere rather than flat.
Full-time the Premiership Cup. Hartbury lost by 14 points to 36 to Exeter. Forest Green trailing by a goal to nil here in Oxford City in the FA Trophy. 62 minutes gone. And mind you, it is a draw. Forest Green do manage to get an equaliser at the stage. That will be straight to penalties. No extra time in the FA Trophy. McCann crosses the halfway line. Forward to Quigley. Spreads it to Knowles on the right. Forest Green fans believe that there's a chance for the Rovers. Knowles taps it to McCann, edge of the D, races his shot, gets blocked, and the loose ball falls fortuitous for Oxford. Have half a chance to break here. May looking to disrupt the play and gives away that free kick. Probably will get a yellow card, and he just what he was doing then, did May. And he's indeed getting that yellow card. Stopping the break, it could have been a good break for Oxford. Trying to see how Forest Green are lining up now. Traditional 4-4-2. Knowles and McAllister's 2 wingers, right and left midfield, and Quigley and Doyle's 2 strikers.
It looks like that on first glance, doesn't it, from where they're stood at the moment? Yeah, I think that is what it's going to be.
Defending a set piece. Can't exactly see how the formation is. This free kick's not the best, goes straight off for a goal kick, Forest Green's away. So in a bit of a rush to take. I'm not looking to throw the kitchen sink just yet, it's a lot of time to play. Ward played it to Ross on the left hand side, he slows it down. Looks to find Quigley, he's making a run. He can't be found, and Oxford come away with it through Scott. And Forest Green with a silly free kick away. Carl McAllister's leaving a bit of something in, the player goes down. We'll have a look at scores across the National League FA Trophy and a quick look at the Premier League as well. In the Six Nations, full time Scotland 31, Italy 19. And in the football, Ruben?
Yeah, in the Premier League, it's Liverpool 1, Bournemouth 0, Everton 3-0 up against Leicester. Ipswich, Southampton is 1-1 at the moment, as is Newcastle and Fulham. Wolves, Aston Villa is a late kick-off in the Premier League. I'll just get you those results for the National League in a moment.
Quigley deep in his own half, 2 men on him, and he wins himself a throw-in.
Oldham Fylde 1-1 so far. Halifax 1-0 up against Ebbsfleet. Barnet still 1-0 up against Tamworth. Wealdstone Solihull is 1-1, and York Dagenham Redbridge 1-1.
Another yellow card given to the Oxford City player on the far side. Let's see who it was. It was Josh Ashby gets a yellow card for trying to stop Forest from taking that and throwing quickly. Looking ball from McAllister, plays a searching ball, looking for Knowles, who just gets the ball, nits him off in at the last second. Going off for a Forest Green throw, and Tozer sprints to the corner to take it. But Oscar Davey takes it quick, and that sprint from Tozer is all in vain as Oscar Davey puts the ball into the box. McAllister comes away at the edge of the area, thinks about shooting, places it quickly instead, places it in the looking for Doidge, easily cleared from Oxford City, and Tozer taps it to Ward. A bit rushed that from Forest Green. There's also the plan for Tozer to take it, but he was out of position when they took the throw in quickly. Have we done the FA Trophy? We'll look at those ones.
We'll have a look at the FA Trophy. Aldershot 1-0 up against Boreham Wood. Altrincham Eastleigh 0-0. Woking are 3-0 up against Gainsborough. Kidderminster and Sutton is 0-0. Oxford City Forest Green 1-0 Oxford City. Southend and Sittingbourne 0-0. Boston United 2-0 up against Spennymoor. And Rochdale 2-0 up against Worthing.
Oscar Davey goes past 2 challenges, goes into the box for his 3rd touch, and he guns out a pitch and goes off for a goal kick. Good work from him. He sort of took a bit too long on the ball. One of the most important scoreline for Forest Green is that they're trailing by a goal to nil. So you look at those other scores. But good news that Dagenham Redbridge have equalised.
Yeah, really good news for Forest Green in the league anyway, but Barnet still have that 1-0 advantage over Tamworth, and Oldham being held at the moment. It's 1-1 between Oldham and Fylde.
Goal kick for Oxford, plays the Forest Green half. Tozer in the header looking for Doidge, does well to chest the ball down, looks for Knowles, stays with Doidge, and Knowles launches forward to Quigley. Beats the offside track, controls the ball, needs support, edge of the area. He's got 3 lots of players on him and does really well to play the ball forward, just can't find Doidge. And the Oxford City comes out and nullifies the ball.
Yeah, just taking this sting out of the game, which, to be fair, he's been pretty consistent with doing all games so far. This guy, Mackenzie Lyle, just pushing his team further up the pitch, not willing to do the short option, and he absolutely leathers it over the halfway line.
Tozer wins the header, goes in the back of May though, and Oxford come away with it, with Coyle. Puts the ball in towards the far post, it goes over everyone. Oxford with a shot into the hands of Ward. That's a really good chance there for Corey Andrews.
Yeah, Robson just completely lost flight of the ball. It fell very kindly to the Oxford City player. His shot just kind of went into the ground really, and Ward was able to claim it with no trouble at all.
Got away with a bit there. Good Forest Green. Toes allowed the ball bounce into Ward's hands. 1-0 down, our Forest Green. 68 minutes gone. McCann's got a bit of space, making a return back from his illness. He shows a bit too much of the ball though. McAllister was an easy option, but McCann stayed within. There's a chance for Oxford to break. They're going down the right hand side. Numbers in the middle, but Robson did so well to put on a bit of extra pace and win himself a goal kick. Looks like there could be some more move on the bench for Forest Green. That card well ready to come on. I'm surprised could be for Christian Deutsch. It was, and Deutsch just annoyed himself then, and when he saw his number come up, I think, well, it's good to see when a footballer wants to stay on the pitch.
Yeah, I think he'll feel frustrated because he's not really had the service at all. Coming off the elation of that last-minute equaliser, as the Forest Green fans amongst us just laughing at the mispronunciation of Christian Deutsch's name on the loudspeaker, and the Oxford City keeper, Kai Mackenzie-Lyle, is just 5 yards outside of his penalty area in his own half, just getting some... Well, his legs are being stretched. Is he cramping up at all?
You're always, you're a bit sceptical sometimes, aren't you, when a keeper says he's injured, gets a bit of treatment, especially when the other team on top, which I think Forest Green probably are. Still trailing by a goal to nil. What do they call Christian Deutsch? Christian Doggy? Doiggy.
Yeah, whatever it wasn't Deutsch. But yeah, he'll feel frustrated, I think, because he's not really had many touches of the ball today.
No, so he's not managed to do too much with it. He's okay. He's the Oxford keeper, Mackenzie-Lyle. So it's still playing 4-4-2 at Forest Green. Centre for 2, Shaftesbury nil in the football. 4-4-2 with Quigley and Cardle playing alongside each other. The referee just making sure everyone's back into their positions. Both teams got some fluids on. May to Oster-Davey in his own half. Oxford need to get a goal back to take it to penalties. Another 2 to try and get it done in the 90. The FA Trophy run currently looks like it might be coming to an end. Tozer in his own half. Couldn't find McAllister or Robson. Easily read and accepted by Oxford. They look to go forward. Here's Parker going to on goal. Can he double hits at his team scoreline? It goes over the bar. Really should have done more with that. Good work from Oxford to find him.
That is absolutely agonising for Oxford City. Just split the defence, did Parker. Opened up on his left foot. Had all of the goal to aim at and just put it over the crossbar.
661.
661 the attendance.
Again for your fantastic
as Knowles search for on the right hand side. Can't be found. Wins off a throw in. There's no splits between the home and away fans as Knowles plays for play and quickly looking for Cardwell. He finds quickly, but couldn't control the ball, and it's cleared from Oxford. Robson was based on the left hand side. There's another ball into the box, taken down late. May with his face there to the area. Surely's going to have a shot. Does take a shot. Well blocked from Oxford City. Oster-Davey taps it to Innes, to May. They're getting their blocks in well, Oxford City. They've been well organised.
Yeah, their defenders have been exactly where they've needed to be all game long, just putting their bodies in front of any shots that have come their way.
They did concede 5 midweek at Oxford, but they're winning against Forest Green. Long range off, and Tozer ball, people, goes wide of the goal. And he's frustrated himself, Ben Tozer. What a bad effort for the centre-back.
Oh, had the crowd holding on, didn't it, that one? But he slams his head in frustration, thinking he should have done better with that from the centre-back, thinking he should have rifled a strike into the top corner. Yeah, you'd love to see that.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot from the centre-back. Laughing a bit with Ryan Innes and thought about having a go, but Tozer shows that centre-backs have every right to shoot as well.
Well, think back to Vincent Kompany for Manchester City. When he won the league for them, just decided to take it upon himself, didn't he, to have a strike from outside of the box.
Space for Oxford City. There's a chance. Here comes Scott, and he sees some space, and it's saved and spilled by Ward, who managed to clutch it second time round. And he did really well to recover then, Ward, but suddenly there's chances coming for both teams.
Yeah, Ward was wrong-footed. He had to get down really quickly, and it was the reactions that stopped that one from going in the back of the net. But another great chance for Oxford City.
Something got a bit open this game. 73 minutes gone. Forest Green are trailing by a goal to nil. Oxford are creating chances. McCann over the top looking for Quigley. Bit route one that, and the keeper of Oxford has to come out of his area to play the ball forward. McCann to McAllister, who finds McCann. Gets the ball back to McAllister, who's being hassled but finds Tozer as a safety option. To May, to Oster-Davey on the right hand side, Quigley in front of him. Looking forward, Quigley flicks it to Knowles, but it's well read from Oxford. Again, there's space going forward. Andrews Has options to his left and to his right, might go himself, and Tozer and Innes link up well to win the ball back for the visiting team. Innes crosses the halfway line, forward to Quigley, hits it powerfully to Knowles. Can Knowles keep that on by the corner flag? He can. Austin Davies behind him, might go himself. Knowles, a few little step overs, runs into a lot of traffic, and it took 3 players to take the ball off for him, but maybe a touch too many. Knowles charged down the clearance, goes off for a throw deep in the Oxford half.
You think that there's another goal in this game, but just genuinely have no idea which way it's going to go.
Ryan Innes gives a little smile to the fans in front of him, declaring their love for him. Moving on the bench for Forest Green, I think Circum looking to come on as a throw up the line from Oxford. Parker wins it. Innes wins the second goal. The player goes down, Tom Scott. Innes is going to get a yellow card here. And the player's holding his head is Scott. I think Innes, there's a bit of afters as well in the centre circle. But he's okay. It's actually Alfie Potter who went down.
But the afters was with Charlie McCann, who was miles away from the incident, so I have no idea what's happened there in the centre of the pitch. But the referee's now going to have a word with Ryan Innes.
The allegation is that he elbowed him. If it's an elbow, it's a red. If it's not, it's a yellow. If it's not, it's nothing, sorry. So he's going for the yellow card. The referee had a pretty decent view of it as well.
Number 11, Tom Knowles.
Knowles coming off.
He's number 10, Liam Circum.
Circum coming on. Imagine Mike Foster might go back to the 4-3-3. McAllister pushed up. We'll have to wait and see. Gets a yellow card as Ryan Innes. Free kick for Oxford, a chance to eke down a bit more of the time. They're leading by a goal to nil on the team for the National League South.
Well, just a reminder as well that Forest Green have made 4 subs. Oxford City haven't made a single one yet. And they feel that they could go at this pace until the end of the game.
Yeah, Forest Green have made these 4 subs already. Free kick to Oxford, a couple of yards inside their own half, made it left-footed, looking to spread it to the right-hand side. Goes straight off for a throw, which Forest Green a bit of a rush to take. Now there's time to. We said they've got to go. They had stuff in the bank and need to go to the gears, and it's probably time to do that. Tozer has space in front of him, deep in his own half, forward to Robson. For Quigley, he's got hands all over him, somehow comes away with the ball though. Can't find McCann. Oxford clear up the line. Innes heads it to no man's land. That's easily retrieved by Potter for Oxford, playing the ball forward. Innes gets onto the end of that ball and plays it back to Ward. To May. Forest Green looking fans to get a bit of intensity into the away team. They're situated all around us, and probably here. McAllister on the right-hand side. Yeah, they have gone to the. If they have gone to 4-3-3s, maybe on the left. Have to see what the formation hasn't really settled down just yet. McCann to Innes on the centre circle, finds McAllister with a good ball on the right-hand side. McAllister sees his ball into the box, charge down, and Oxford clear. Innes with another header to May, heads it back to Innes. In the Oxford half, just plays it back to Tozer in the Forest Green one. Robson to Circum, just come off the bench. Oxford is staying disciplined. McAllister on the right, looking to cut inside his man, does just that. Finds the unmarked May into the area, calls him to shoot, looks behind quickly, instead with the header, and it goes wide off the goal. And there's some hits in hands there, because that was a really good chance for Forest Green to Joe Quigley.
Yeah, Quigley got up really well on the back post, and it just glanced off his head. Just didn't get the accuracy on it at all. It goes wide of the post, but a really great opportunity for Forest Green. Beautiful ball played in by May as well. The pinpoint found the head of Quigley. Just wasn't able to direct it where he wanted.
78 minutes gone. Forest Green trailing by a goal to nil here against Oxford City. Goal kick long from the Oxford keeper. Innes looks to find Quigley, stuffs his pass, and Oxford come away with it. Another ball forward over the top, which Innes needs a bit of afters in onto Andrews. Referee said it was fair. Finds Osadebe. Osadebe to May. Sees Robson on the left. He's got a bit of space, Robson. Has a decent touch as well, bringing that ball down. To Serkin. May looks up and he's just got all 11 Oxford players behind the ball. Innes clips the ball looking for Quigley. He gets out-jumped by the resolute Oxford defence. Serkin into the area. Gets the ball nipped off him, and here come Oxford again. Half chance to break, but not the best ball that from Andrews, and Forest Green they look to get the ball back themselves, but again Oxford win the ball back and get themselves a corner, a throw-in, sorry, deep in their own half. There's a player down, Josh Aspie, for Oxford. They might be forced to go to the bench.
This is a good opportunity to visit the scores in the FA Trophy. Aldershot 2-0 up against Boreham Wood, Woking 3-0 up against Gainsborough. Sutton United have taken the lead against Kidderminster. Spennymoor were 2-0 down against Boston United, have managed to pull it back. It's 2-2 at the moment going into the last 10 minutes of that game. And Rochdale 2-1 up against Worthing.
We'll have a quick look at the National League scores impacting Forest Green, those ones involving both York and Barnet.
York still 1-1 with Dagenham and Redbridge, and Barnet are still 1-0 up against Tamworth. That's in the last 10 minutes of that one as well.
Throwing Forest Green on the halfway line. Tozer into find Osadebe. Intercepted by Oxford, who drive on forward through Coyle, who slows down his run. Back to Scott, to Coyle again, and Parker's found. Innes comes out of position to try and close him down. Parker to Burley on the right, finds space. They're playing some good football are Oxford. Parker on the edge of the area has another long range shot and goes, hits the crossbar. What a chance that was for Oxford City and Parker. Said he's a bit of a flair player and likes to have some long range shots. And well, his first one wasn't the best, but that one was a cracker.
Wow, that's just still reverberating on the crossbar. That was a fantastic strike towards goal. Jed Ward could only turn and watch it ricochet off the crossbar, and luckily that didn't bounce down over the goal line itself. But Forest Green living dangerously at times, getting carved open far too easily.
Well, it could have gone anyway, couldn't it, off the crossbar? And another clear-cut chance for Oxford City. Open game now. Oxford leading Forest Green by 1-0. Quigley taps to McCann. Osadebe's making a run, but stays to McAllister in the middle of the field. Robson on the left-hand side. It's 5 Forest Green players in and around the box. Robson could try and find him, but he goes straight off for a goal kick. Took a bit of a slip there, did Robson. And more move on the bench for Forest Green. Sees Long coming on for Osadebe. Is that the 5th and final Forest Green sub? Only Searle and Bunker not used from the bench. Again, Oxford City haven't made a single one yet.
Replacing number 6.
No, do they really need to? I mean, they've been playing really well in this game. In the second half, they've just managed to find these gaps against Forest Green's back line, get in behind them. They've had no real injury concerns. Well, players look like they're expending too much energy, and they all look very happy to continue.
Yeah, because they want to disrupt the shape, which Oxford City really are well disciplined. They don't want to change things around too much, really. He's moving off the bench.
Now, just as we say that, there is a player stripped and ready, number 17, Freddie Wilcox, formerly of Cheltenham Town.
Freddie Wilcox looking to come on. Throw in for Oxford. Wilcox not come on just yet. Oxford play the ball down the line. By the Forest Green corner, the corner flag in the Forest Green half. There's a forced throw by that corner flag. Oxford just eking down the clock. Time's running out on Forest Green. 7 minutes of normal time to go. Forest Green trailing by 1-0, and here in the FA Trophy on BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
They do leave it late, Forest Green, but as Steve Cottrell said, they don't always want to equalise. They don't want to do it late. They want to win games, but they're going to have to rely on something coming late again.
Long throw for Oxford, playing towards the Forest Green penalty area. Innes win the header to Tozer, finds it back to McCann, who scuffs his clearance, and Oxford get the ball back, who groans round us, because Oxford might have a chance here as they play it to the right hand side, ball into the box towards the far post. Long with an important header. They up in the air and it's bumping around in the penalty area. So to control it and clear it. Oxford get there first. Shot goes wide of the bar from Andrews.
Well, Forest Green just did not deal with that at all. Just could not get the ball clear of their penalty area.
They flare down for Oxford City as there's movement on the bench. It's the Lewis Coyle, the player, coming off. He's been told to go off the referee saying go off the short end. That's exactly what Coyle's doing. Wilcox coming on. Cinderford now leading by 2-1. There's a chatting between the fans in front of us, Forest Green fans and Coyle. And play eventually restarts when the referee's checking everyone's in position. The floodlights are coming more and more into play. Ward, ball at his feet. Playing it long down the left-hand side, looking for Quigley. It's overhit, straight off for a throw-in. Looking at quite a big upset here. 5 minutes of normal time to go. Forest Green trailing by a goal to nil in the FA Trophy.
Yeah, whether they like the title or not, they are one of the bigger teams in this competition. And having them bow out at this stage would give hope to whoever goes through to the next round.
As a throw into Oxford, they're just more than happy to try and eat down the clock as much as possible. And Oxford can't control the ball too much there as McAllister plays the ball down the left-hand side. Can quickly get there first. He can't as Oxford clear off for a throw to Forest Green. But the fresh legs Quigley and Cardwell up for Forest Green. Just playing the two-man strike partnership. McAllister a bit further deep. Thrown for Tozer though. Charlton to play it into the penalty area. Launches it into the penalty area looking for Innes. Going to get head onto it. He can't. As Tozer gets the ball back. He's with McAllister. Goes past one. He's in the penalty box. Needs to do something with it. Plays it across goal and sees it off for a goal kick. And it's selfish of McAllister. We've seen him score goals like that.
I think it was McCann. They're wearing the same boots and they're around the same height. It's very difficult to tell them apart.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Charlie McCann just trying to work his magic. But it's difficult because I don't think Forest Green are playing like a team that are 1-0 down in the last few minutes of an FA Trophy match. Since they've made all the changes, everybody on the pitch is more than capable. They're more than capable as a team with personnel on to win this game or to get something from it.
But 3.5 minutes to go. They're not winning at the moment. And throw the ball in the Forest Green half, play it down the right hand side, straight out for a throw-in. In a rush to take. Tozer's taking it. It's a long way from when he wants to take it. Literally a yard up from the corner flag in his own half. Up the field. Look Cardwell. He wins the flick on, but the flicker was in the Forest Green half. There's no one there for him. Just a reminder, Forest Green do get an equaliser. Goes straight to penalties. Innes in his own half. Takes the ball around Andrews. And Forest Green win a throw to take quickly. Suddenly it is, I say panic time, but it's time to push the men forward. Long off the bench is going forward. McAllister's created an option, slips, and Oxford intercepts and go forward. Looking for Andrews, but May intercepts himself. Circum to McAllister on the halfway line. Back to May, who walks with the ball, tries to draw a man in and play it back to Circum. To Tozer. Just over 2 minutes of normal time to go. Circum. To Tozer on the left hand side. To May, edge of the box. Might have a shot, clips it to Long, who's offside, and back to McAllister. Ball goes in the goal, but it was offside first. Good finish from McAllister.
It was a good move.
Just a shame that Long was offside. Sinford
Substitution
getting
for
their
Oxford
2-goal
City.
lead back, and they're leading by 3-1. Move on the bench for Oxford. Sees Ezanolim coming off. Been replaced by Cole
Number 6,
Kibakwa.
Makawa replaces number 3, Chi Enzanola.
And suddenly, 90 seconds of the 90 to go, and Forest Green are going to have to hope on another last-minute goal to keep them in this competition.
Yeah, you wouldn't rule it out, but also you don't want to have to wait for that moment to... It doesn't do anything for the nerves, does it, really? That does not help at all, but Oxford City have been really impressive.
It's been well organised. In particular, Parker is doing well today, won the ball off Long. Gets into battle with Innes. And Long looks to get the ball back off him. Another throw-in won by Oxford City.
They've just been composed all the way through the game, done everything right, set up well, kept their shape, and haven't overcommitted. Got their goal, and they might get their reward as well.
Throw-in for Oxford. Taken down the line to find Parker, puts the ball back into the box, and Innes gets beat, and thankfully he goes off for a goal kick. And Warden a huge rush to take this goal kick in the last 30 seconds of the 90. Forest Green training by goal to nil here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. Cheltenham Town got a last-minute winner in their half-12 kick-off. With the earlier commentary, could Forest Green try and get a goal back in injury time themselves? McCartney, a lot of space. Showing a bit too much of the ball, but Long picks up the scraps to McAllister. Clipped forward to Long, making a good run by the corner flag. Needs support, McAllister's there. 3 players in and around him. May creates an option outside the box. Searching ball into the area, dealt with by Oxford defence. Circle looking to get the ball back into there. Joins McCann.
Was indicated there'll be a minimum
and
of
it's
6
6 minutes of time added on here.
6 minutes.
Enough time for us to get that goal back. They're a long way from goal though now with Ryan Innes. Forward to May. Oxford camp behind the ball. May forward to Quigley, who can't get enough perch on that ball. Goes off for a goal kick.
First thought on 6 minutes of added time. Where on earth has that come from?
Oxford have managed the game at times, but there's been a lot of subs.
Yeah.
Looks a bit generous though for Forest Green's favour.
I think 6 minutes is, yeah, very generous.
Goal kick to Oxford. They're taking their time with it.
Also, do you think the lack of subs from Oxford City, they've kind of banked on getting this far and then using them to kill time later on in the game?
Oh, potentially. Yeah, maybe another time to eke some time. You've got to be wary if Forest can get an equaliser. You need to have penalty shooters on the bench or on the pitch. Thrown to Forest Green. Long plays it back to Ward. Had a minute of the 6 already. Forest Green in their own half. Robson drives on forward. Oxford City, you're right, they seem relatively comfortable. Think of Altry of last week, they're looking a bit panicked and invited Forest Green. Oxford City staying resolute. May too long in the Forest Green half. The Forest Green fans are getting frustrated. They're still in the Forest Green half. Toes across the halfway line. Plays to Robson on the left. It's read by Oxford. Robson still has the ball at his feet. He's being hassled. Back to Innes. Oxford sitting beat. Forest Green to do something with it. May, can he unlock something? Puts a searching ball into the box. Cardwell can't be found. The shot comes ricocheted and goes right off the post for a corner. The shot came in, took a ricochet, pretty sure it hit the post and went right.
It did, absolutely came off that post. Liam Sercombe just stretching his right boot out. Ricochets off an Oxford City player, hits the outside of the post and out for a corner kick. There now will be a substitution for Oxford City.
Off comes Corey Andrews. No rush to get off, they're going to play him. Waddy coming on replacing him. So we've had 2.5 minutes added 6. Forest with a corner. If Forest Green don't get an equaliser in the next 3 minutes, it only equals penalties. That won't help the heart conditions either. But Forest Green still will try and get an equaliser. They're not scored in the first 93 minutes. What can they do in the final 3? McAllister with the corner. Do on forward for Forest Green. Bar Ward, who stays back. Clipped in by McAllister towards the far post. Wants to win the first header. To Sercombe. Plays it to McAllister back on the right hand side. Back to McCann. Searching ball into the box. Is it overhit? It is. It goes off for a goal kick. is that it for Forest Green? They might have one more chance. Only 2.5 minutes of added time to go, and it's a goal kick for Oxford. They're not in the biggest of rush to take.
No, that was a disappointing ball into the box. Unfortunately, it was well worked by McAllister initially to find McCann. Just swung his right boot, delivering it to the back post. It was just too high and deep for any Forest Green player to get onto at the end. It trickles out of play, and that goal kick is just taking seconds off the clock.
Get on with it!
Yeah, you can hear the caller get on for it. The keeper eventually plays it long into the Forest Green half. Ennis header goes behind him, but Ward's there to mop up. And Forest Green might have one more chance. Circum crosses the halfway line. Needs options. Looks up to the right, sees McAllister in space. His first touch is good. Longs on the overlapper, he finds. Ball into the area. It's congested. Carter with the header over the bar for another goal kick. And that probably is it for the Forest Green FA Trophy run.
Oh, there's some afters now between Ryan Innes and one of the Oxford City players. He gets up and walks away knowing that
he's on the yellow card.
He's on the yellow card, yeah, so he has to get up and kind of concede that one. Swallow the pride and run away from the situation.
1 more minute to go. Goal kick to Oxford City. Innes playing as a striker now, being pushed up. They've got to defend the goal kick first. Tozer wins the header. Finds Circum. To McCann on the left hand side. Stops his run. Gets the ball back to Circum. 50 seconds to go of the added 6. Tozer flicks it forward. Looking for Quigley. Can't find a teammate with a flick on, and Oxford launch clear. May controls the ball. Half calls a handball. Referee goes that away. That would have been it if that was a free kick. But the ball into the box. It's searching to Robson on the left hand side. Plays the ball in the area. Wins himself a goal kick. And that probably will be it, as the Oxford fans realise they might be getting one of the upsets of the FA Trophy.
Yeah, I think the excitement's just starting to filter its way through this main stand that we're in. A couple of the oohs and ahs and the anticipation that this actually could be their moments. 10 seconds away, if we're going by the official time on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper's going to take his time with this.
Yeah, he's been doing it all game long. Fair play for the consistency.
And who can blame him?
No,
His team are leading against Forest Green in the FA Trophy. We've had the added 6 minutes already. Referee puts his whistle to his mouth. He's going to have one more play. He might do, but the free kick's given Oxford's way, and that'll definitely be it as Circum gives away a free kick, and Oxford will more than happily waste a bit more time, and a yellow card get given against Circum as well, a bit soft. As Oxford have the free kick, and Forest Green's FA Trophy campaign is over. Oxford 7 taking the free kick. We've now had 6.5 minutes added 6. Flip towards the left hand side. Straight off for a throw, Forest Green's way. There might be one last chance, but I can't see Forest Green going 100 yards up the pitch and doing something in the next 10 seconds. The referee blows up the full time here at Oxford City. And Oxford City of the National League South beat Forest Green of the National League by a goal to nil.
Thoroughly deserved as well. They played really, really well this afternoon. Just measured, controlled, confident, reassured. They set up well, and they did exactly what they needed to. They got the early goal in the first half, nestled into the back of Jed Ward's goal, and from there on they just managed the game beautifully. Forest Green threw everything that they could at them, but they just threw their bodies in the way of any shots that came across. The keeper, Kai Mackenzie-Lyle, made 2 really good saves in the first half. In the second half, didn't really have to do an awful lot, did he?
No, he didn't. I think, and the credit to Oxford City, as we said, they were disciplined defensively. They went forward when they were told to. They got some really important blocks in as well, and Forest Green getting those chances away. I wouldn't say they looked comfortable, but they looked far more comfortable than teams in the National League, and Forest Green have been pushing to try and get an equaliser or winner.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it was it wasn't a bad performance from Forest Green either. So it's just where they've been outperformed, really, in terms of getting the goal and then seeing the game out. And they thoroughly enjoyed, you know, they deserved the win. They got their moment, and they should really enjoy this.
And I don't think there are the Oxford City fans around us. Just wondering for Forest Green. Stay with us on Steve Kitching's match day. We will give you reaction from Steve Cottrell here and his thoughts of leaving the FA Trophy. Join us on Tuesday night as Forest Green make a long trip around the M25 to the east side of London when they travel to Dagenham Bridge. And we use the saying all focus on the league now, because full time here at Oxford City. The Park a goal after 15 minutes is the difference, so it's Oxford City 1, Forest Green Rovers 0.
Thank you very much. So Forest Green departs at the 5th round of this year's FA Trophy. Your thoughts welcome. Text the word GLOS, GLOS, and your message to 81333 on WhatsApp. It's GLOS, GLOS, and your thoughts to 08000 321 333.
Hello, can you hear me? I think we have a problem.
On BBC iPlayer, we appear to have been hijacked.
Do you want to find the guys responsible, yes or no?
Every man's been down! These aren't action blockbusters.
What? What is this?
They're instant adrenaline hits.
Come on!
This is good news. Everything's gonna be okay. Night Sleeper, SAS Rogue Heroes, Sicario, and loads more.
Oh, you're very good, aren't you?
I like the sound of that.
Whoever you are, whyever you stream.
You're welcome.
BBC iPlayer.
Good afternoon. This is Match Day on BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
Match Day.
BBC Radio Gloucestershire.
The headlines at 5 o'clock. Cheltenham Town keep up their amazing home records with a 92nd minute winner against Chesterfield.
Jordan Thomas. Can Thomas get across into the penalty area? He goes. Now, he cuts in, goes for goal! It's blocked on the line, it's in! It's in! It's gone in, it's Arkwright Boyd who scored what might well be the winner for Cheltenham. Thomas's shot saved by the goalkeeper, and Jude Boyd had his 4th goal of the season, and deep in stoppage time, Cheltenham may have won it.
But Forest Green Rovers are out of this year's FA Trophy, beaten 1-0 by National League South Oxford City.
First corner of the game for Oxford City. Just in the 6-yard box, exactly where the ball's played. First header's won by Oxford. They score! The home team scores with Josh Parker. Peels away from his man, 6 yards out. Free header, places it really well into the side netting. And Forest Green trailing by goal to 0.
So defeat for Forest Green Rovers, a 0-0 draw for Gloucester City as they hold second place AFC Tottenham to a point. A win for Gloucester City would have put them level on points, but it's a share of the spoils at New Meadow Park. In Division 1 South, just waiting for the full-time whistle to be blown, but Cinderford Town, bottom of the table, are leading 3-1 at home to Shaftesbury. Alex Bonthron, Blaywar and Ismail Yakubu getting the goals there for Cinderford. In the 5th round of the FA Vase, Hartpury University 0-0 at the moment at VCD Athletic. That one could be going to penalties. Keep an eye on that one for you over the next few moments here on BBC Radio Gloucestershire. In rugby, Gloucester Hartpury remain at the top with a 38-7 win against the Leicester Tigers women.
Yeah, Clicky George kicked it to touch. Neve Jones has found a jumper at the front of that line out, and they're just edging their way towards the line. Sarah Beckett rejoins the maul, having just taken a little bit of a breather. Just adds her weight and strength to it, and now it comes out to Davis, who dummies and then dances over, finds a gap, and Meg Davis at scrum half today opens the scoring for they recycle again to Steph Else, finds a lovely little pass to Elle Perry to Alex Matthews, got one to beat. Matthews is through. Can she find the ball back inside? She's almost played a 1-2 there off of a Leicester defender, collected it again, and is now brought to ground finally 3 metres from the line.